Hey, what is up everybody? Blaze for here, and today I have for you another Black Clover mobile video. And inside of this video, guys, we're going to be going over exactly how you can increase your overall EXP as well as rarity as a free-to-play player as quick as possible. Now, I've noticed that a lot of you guys needed some help with at least EXP gaining, trying to at least get your characters up to at least be able to rank them up that rarity that they do need, while also just trying to hit the LR rarity in general. So this video is going to be kind of like a two-parter. The first half of it is really just going to be talking about EXP and any way to gain that, of course, the best ways, the quickest. And then the second half, which you can skip to, is going to be about the rarity and how you get up your character's affinity really quickly so you can get them to LR. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's go ahead and jump straight in. Now, straight before we get into the EXP side of things, I got to show you guys what's going on. Now, we got 3 LRs right now, we got some URs, and we actually getting some people up that are just getting leveled in general. Now, the way I'm actually quickly getting this up, even as a free-to-play, you are able to at least get 1 or 2 LRs and get them up pretty quickly. Now, some of you may be wondering, we may not have enough EXP for that. How are you getting EXP so fast? Well, the best way to do this is, firstly, you want to always start with Charming. This is going to be something that you're going to also do for affinity, so be sure to take a hold of this as much as possible. Now, when talking to Charmy, she's pretty much like 7 Deadly Sins, where you pretty much go and talk to Bond or you talk to Meliodas, and you can make food behind the counter. You want to make sure that you have any ingredients needed when you're doing this. Now, you're able to make any type of food here, whether it comes down to affinity or the bond system. You're able to get EXP. If I'm right, you have chest drops, you have gold ups. But the ones that we're going to be focusing on is the bond and the EXP. So starting off first, you want to make yourself some EXP food, in which after testing this here, if you do the EXP dungeon with the EXP food, or at least I want to say stage 8 is the lowest that I decided to go, that most people should be at probably at this point. You can get around, I want to say 240 or like 340 EXP per run, not to mention the EXP that actually drops. As for when it comes down to EXP outside of the EXP dungeon, it is way lower, to around like 195 EXP per run. And this is on not Nightmare, but it's definitely on the second one, the second difficulty, which is just as high that most free-to-play should be at here. So what you want to go ahead and do, get to the stage that you know for a fact that you're able to clear the most. Now, of course, my units are kind of getting battered around because this is when you're able to like actually start farming certain things. So I'm going to try and do 9 real quick and try to farm this up. But what you want to go ahead and do immediately is you want to just go ahead, take your at least food here, and I'm actually going to bring Mimosa because I feel like I might get smacked up just a little bit. But you want to go ahead and take your food that you end up getting here, and I want to make sure I can get my food actually on real quick. Make sure it's already locked on. Change your team around if necessary, of course, which we're going to do that, and then go ahead and start. Now, the food is very much so important. You want to make sure you get a lot of that. If you run out of resources, you can buy food resources at any shop inside of the kingdom, of course, so be sure to do that. And if you can't get them from that, you can always fish up food and search around the inside of the overworld. But with the food on, you just want to go ahead and take out the enemies like you normally do. So what we're going to go ahead and just knock out, we're going to I don't want to just kill all 3 off, but I feel like we should save that for next round. So let's just go ahead and knock this one and try to kill off one of the boars, because they're going to kind of be a little bit of a problem overall. So let's just give a good heal just to make sure. And pretty much doing this is going to be the best way that you can get EXP up fast. You can either do it manually, you can auto it. For these enemies, I'm being honest, autoing is kind of risky, but it is pretty much the best way you can get it done. Put your thing on 3x speed if you've already done the mission at least once, and pretty much just go ham at it. So let's go ahead and just kill these guys off. Boom. Hit them at least a decent bit. That should be enough to pretty much kill once I do this. Almost. But and as you're going through this, you want to continue repeating. This is probably going to be your best bet. You're getting a lot of EXP at the end, whether it's becoming EXP bottles, no matter which stage you're doing, as well as you're getting yourself to a point where you're finally able to at least get this extra EXP at the end from having the extra food on. Now this is passively going to get up your EXP while also getting you these bottles. So doing this for a long period of time by having it on auto, having it just repeat itself, I say about 20 times is what I do normally, and then you get a ton of EXP for it. So this was only 227 just for regular EXP food, but then of course you get these drops. Now as you continue going forward in each stage, you're going to get more and more of these drops, more EXP as well from the 15%, and it's going to become way easier for you. Now for us here, I want to say UR and LR is where things get a little bit harder. So make sure that when you're getting this stuff up, of course, make sure your characters are kind of built, or at least are kind of getting that extra, because as you can tell, I didn't even have that many EXP bottles. Only got me up like 2 levels, in which is still very like a lot of EXP when you're at least at this point. But when you're at 80 going up to 100, it does slow down quite a lot. So you want to be sure to farm this a lot, and as well as make sure you have every last piece of food that you're going to need. Now coming along to the second half of the video, if you guys have made it this far, once again, thank you, and hit that subscribe button. If you're still watching, tell me down below how you doing on your account. What's it looking like? But going into the affinity side of things, or at least the bond side of things here, and for some of you guys who still don't know what I'm talking about this system here to pretty much quickly get your character to LR. The fastest way to do this is to have these little guys here, but the other fast way, just in case you don't have that, is also going by farming. Now of course, as I did say before we got into this, you're going to need food. Food is pretty much the key for progression when it comes down to getting your characters LR, getting characters EXP. So pretty much what you want to go do is talk to Charmy once again, of course. But this time we're not going to be creating EXP food. Create the best pretty much bond food that you can get your hand on, which is this one that I pretty much have at the moment. You will need some crabs here, so I think you buy those at the first world, if I'm right, in the first world's town. And so be sure to go buy those from there, of course, and then pretty much make some food here. Go to the overworld this time. We're not going to be going to any little dungeons, nothing like that. You don't need to press any of those functions. You want to go to the overworld, go to the highest one that you possibly can go to, because each one will give you higher bonds here. And you want to do the highest difficulty that you can do. Now the reason I say the highest is because on Nightmare you get more bond. Each one of these stages will give you a little bit more bond than usual. So if you can look at the top right, it says 150, 100, and 50. Each time you want to make sure you're going to the highest stage you can farm, immediately go to the Nightmare side of things, and then just go at it. Now, of course, this pertains to the first world as well, because most people are at World 1 and World 2. Reason I'm not showing World 3 is because quite literally a lot of people aren't really there, and if they are there, they're kind of refreshing a little bit to get there. So for free-to-plays out here, this is the way you want to do it. Now, any of these stages, of course, do the same thing. They give you that 150. They give you, of course, the whole 100, the whole 50 here. And you want to go ahead and just pick one of these stages. So for most people, we're going to be here. Go ahead and press Nightmare. So we're going to get us at least a minimum of 150 on this here. We're going to take off the EXP food. And we're going to go ahead and put on this bond food here. Now for this scene, I know I can kill pretty quickly here. We're just going to go ahead and put Fenrir here, have a speed demon to at least get us that extra damage that we need as well, and extra speed. I'll probably have a video saying what is the best farming team to get, at least go about this for certain stages, and so look forward to that. But we're just going to pretty much just buff the team here. Buff the team, and then we're just going to go ahead and kill it off pretty much. It's not going to be too hard. Now, Nightmare, for some people on the harder stages, is very difficult. So be careful when doing this. It is actually very risky, but it's very wise to at least try and knock this out on stages that you know for a fact you can complete. So we're going to go ahead and kill off, at least get low, this bear here. And I don't think I can kill him. So what we're just going to do, we're just going to do that instead. Now we're going to get a hit, of course, quite a lot, seeing that we did not kill off anyone here. That's perfectly fine. But kill these guys off, of course, and then we should have ourselves a decent heap of affinity or bond here. That is pretty much what you want to do. Now, as you can tell, killed that off pretty easily, didn't take too much, and instead of getting 150, bond that we get for this, we got actually 471 with the food. Now you also get the 150 for the towns as well, so be sure to continue on. Now, as I did say, Nightmare is going to give you a lot more, so let's go ahead and go up at least one more level. So for you guys who are at the World 2 side of things, we just got 470, I think, from that one Nightmare dungeon. So if you're able to clear a dungeon on Nightmare, oh my gosh, I'm over here being clunky and stuff, can't even move around, but if you're over here and you're able to clear a dungeon on Nightmare, which I'm being honest, I can't do this one right now because I'm kind of getting smacked up, but we're gonna try it anyways. I'm probably gonna use Mimosa. Yeah, hold on, let's see what we can do here. We're gonna probably use Mimosa because I can't even lie to you, even I'm getting smacked up. But as a free to play, we're just gonna actually go ahead and go to the hard mode. Nightmare's gonna give you the most, but we're gonna go to the hard mode here and put on some food. This will probably be the best thing that we can do, and this stage should give you a little bit more depending on how far you are in the game. Now 470 is what we got, so you guys will be able to at least do the comparison here in a second. But let's go ahead and knock this out pretty quickly. Shouldn't take too long with this. They are only level 50s, so if your characters are above here, you should be in a, I want to say, good light here. Let's just knock them down. I really don't want to use Yami's side attack because I would like to clear out the second stage for that. Oh, no need to clear the second stage, single targeter. So let's go ahead and just knock him down here. Get rid of that guy. And then clear the second stage with at least Yami's side attack, because that's going to be very quick. It's not really going to take too long here. Bink. And so from this one, now we're on World 2. World 2 gave us a base of 402. So you can imagine on Nightmare, you're getting yourself a lot more than just some 470. You're probably hitting yourself in the 500. And this is what you want to continue doing. These hearts will fill up very quickly, so try to farm anything that you possibly can, especially when it comes to these little patrol missions or patrol dungeons here, with as high as possible characters that you have yourself on. Now, after this video, of course, I'm gonna find myself farming up a little bit of Nightmare because I'm pretty sure I can beat this a little bit. It's gonna take me a couple times, but this is pretty much all I do when it comes to getting up my characters, the LR really quickly, comes up to getting their EXP up. Of course, since you're getting up your affinity, you're going to unlock all of these prizes for this, in which you are going to need every last one. So pretty much as a free to play, this is how you get everything done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button beforehand and consider subscribing if you are new. I'm going to be coming out with some more guides for you guys and everything like that. So stick around and hopefully you just see me in the stream. I'll be streaming later on. I want to say around 12 o'clock EST, maybe 1 o'clock EST. I'll let you guys know on the community page. So to then, everybody, stay safe, stay sharp, and stay determined. And peace out.